it is so messed up. What is happening with Pokevault right now? It is so messed up. This hobby is not was not created in the intentions of all this happening, which is so dumb. So if you haven't heard yet, Pokevault, a really good content creator that opens packs, has been scammed, allegedly because we can't say because suing and stuff. And I'm new to this hobby. Well, not to this hobby. I'm new to content creation, so I'm just gonna say alleged. But everything in here is just what I know and what I'm trying to take out. And I want you guys to be aware of this because it is really scary that people can just come in here and just get away with things like this. Scamming out of what, $7,000? $7,000 from Pokeball, which is really dang crazy to think about. $7,000. Like, it is a lot of money for some people. Other people, it's not that much. But for others, that's basically a lot of money. So, Pokevault was scammed from mystery packs. I don't know how much mystery packs the dude bought, but it was worth. He ordered two. The first set of orders cost $3,384.92. That was July 7th. The second order was for $3,916.83, and that was July 9th. And in total, that's probably more around like $8,000, maybe like $7,500. But that is terrible, dude. Like, how do you do that? Why would you charge back, man? Like, on an honest man like Pokeball, that's weird. No one should be treated like this. They should all be treated the same way with respect, man. But no, people are weird. They just do weird stuff. And the email to look out for is Bubble Beam Breaks. So if you're a store owner and somebody is buying from you and their email is Bubble Beam Breaks, do not send them product. Just send them a refund because either way, they're gonna get their money back somehow. They're they're weird like that. They've gone through this so many times that they already know what to dispute it for and how to win every single time. So in that video, Pokemon talks about how last night he got so many emails saying that fraud is happening. And when he looked at it, it said chargebacks on all the products that he sold to Bubble Beam Breaks. And on the email, it says the product is unacceptable. What does that mean? I have no clue. Maybe like unacceptable, like it's been like the package was ribbed. Um, I have no clue, but we, well, not really we, but Pokevault thinks that unacceptable just automatically like wins every single time. Even Shinyvert. I don't know if you have heard this, but Shinyvert made a video like a month ago. I really don't know when it was, but he was talking about how he also got scammed by the same person, Bubble Beam Breaks, but he got scammed for I think the it was like graded cards. I think it was also mystery packs, like the Fuller mystery packs, the SIR mystery packs. But it was still like for him, I think it was like $3,000 for Shinyvert, which is crazy to think that with only two people, he stole $10,000 in product plus $10,000, which is really weird of a person to be like that, so selfish. And then Volt tries to dispute the claims, but I think he lost because he ends up talking about how he went on Instagram and he saw that Bubble Beam Breaks Instagram was taken down. And that's when he knew something was wrong, something was off. Because why would Instagram just take, or why would he take his Instagram down if nothing had happened? So that was the first sign of wow, he got scammed, which is crazy. And he goes around Instagram and he tries to actually no. Vault thinks that Bubble Beams was trying to start a business around Pokemon and it failed. So he moved on to scamming And honestly, I feel like that makes sense because why would you have a bubble beam email? Bubble beam breaks. Breaking is like maybe a rip and shipper or like a, yeah, rip and shipper. And then he just ends up scamming people. That's weird. So that kind of makes sense. He was trying to do something in the hobby, failed, got mad or whatever, and just decided, you know what? I'm going to ruin everybody's business. Which that is starting to make sense now. That is actually making sense now. He said since he couldn't start one, he's trying to ruin people's business. That's just messed up. And then Vault searches for bubble beam breaks on Instagram. I think he said hashtags and all that. He finds a post that has bubble beams, like, I don't know, profile picture. And he looks in the comments, and there's two comments. One of them is saying that he got scammed by a bubble beam breaks. The other one was typing something about how the place where he works at got scammed by that dude. And that was like the final straw. That had to be the final straw for Pokeball because that is full proof that he's scamming, that he has scammed for a long time because that post was up for like what, 13 weeks, 14 weeks? That's what, like 2 or 3, that's like 3 months, more than 3 months, which is, I just can't believe what kind of person would do this. Allegedly, because I don't want to be sued. But like, what is wrong with people, man? Like, just, I don't know. Then he looked at the address, and it took him to a hotel that was turned into an apartment building. And apparently that dude has been living there for 10 years. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of scams are usually done when people are like living in an apartment. So that just was a red flag right there. An apartment, hotel, that's just really red flag. Then I know none of this is funny, but for me, the funniest part of that video was when Nick or Vault says that he has FBI. That like chills ran through my body when he said I have connections to the FBI. I was like, whoa, the FBI is crazy. And if you, he's gonna get caught sooner or later. He has FBI, so many contacts, so many emails, so many phone numbers. That's all given to the FBI. That dude is going to be caught soon, and hopefully they bring him to justice, allegedly, because that would be awesome. I'm not trying to, downfall some people or like just want someone to go down. No, it's just what he has done is wrong. So he has to pay for what he has done. It is not over until he is arrested and until he faces those consequences, allegedly. But he asked, I think he said that he asked everyone around him that if they heard about bubble boom breaks. Nobody had heard about him. He said he had the U.S. Postal Inspectors, the Federal Trade Commission, and since he crossed state lines, he said it counts as federal crime, which is mad crazy. And he said that the maximum sentence or the minimum sentence is 10 years. Wow, like why did that dude not think about this? If I get caught, or when I get caught, because he's going to be caught, he's going to be brought to justice, I'm gonna get what, 10 years in prison? Why don't I just work an honest job, get my money, maybe start the Pokemon business again, or maybe go back or do something else and just don't ruin my life? But it's already too late. He's already ruined his life. If he gets caught, or when he gets caught, his life is ruined, man. 10 years is no joke. 10 years is really no joke. That is crazy. And Vault says that he knows everything. He knows phone numbers, emails, everything about the dude. Like, that has to be the scariest thing. Unless those phone numbers and emails are not, real, they're proxy, that scammer is gonna be caught, man. And Vault is, he's affected really bad. Like, actually, it was so sad the start of the video because he said that he was with this kid, and he was putting her to sleep, and then he got this notification. Like, this isn't, I feel like this would affect a lot, like long-term effect. Even when they catch him, he's still gonna be like Like, what he's gonna have to worry, because that is no joke. $7,000 is no joke, man. That's like a whole like, well, like 3 or 4 months of payments for a house. That's like 10 months worth of payments for a car, or maybe even a whole entire used car. That is, I just don't get, like, why would you ruin your whole entire life just for $10,000? It might be more because we don't know. People haven't come out yet and said I've been scammed by him. It could be three more people that have been scammed. It could be 20 people that had been scammed. And that's scary because with just two people, he scammed $10,000 worth of product and money with just two people. What if he had more scams going on and he's accumulated like $100,000? Then it's not going to be just 10 years. It's going to be a lot more than 10 years that he's going to prison. And that's going to suck for him. Allegedly, it's going to suck for him. Because if he has a kid, he's not going to be able to see them grow. That's going to suck. And he should have thought this through, man. Just because his Pokemon card business failed doesn't mean you have to go ruin everybody else's. Like, that's not how it works. You climb up. You try and you try and you try. You fell and you get back up and try. You don't just quit on yourself. That's that's what he didn't have. He just quit it on himself. He didn't make it the first time, so he just decided to go rogue and decided to, you know what? I'm gonna ruin everybody else's business. If I can't have one, nobody can. That's what he's basically saying, man. If I can't have one, nobody can. Which is kind of stupid, man. Like, it's a hobby where everybody is supposed to, just come here, get away from reality, just open some packs, just have some fun, not think about, getting scammed, which is crazy. Pokemon cards getting scammed, that's crazy. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I also want to talk about Shinyverse and his what his deal with his scandal. But it's just, it's dumb, man. Like, we have to get a lot of words out for this Bubble Beam guy to get absolutely railed, allegedly. I don't know why I'm still saying allegedly, but allegedly. But we need him to be brought to justice. We need him to, like, I don't know, just get caught sooner before he scams somebody else in some other state. And he needs to be watching some of these videos to realize that he's already, like, his life is already done. If he gets caught, 10 years is no joke, man. Like, he needs to realize that before it turns to 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Just, if you have any information, just go to Pokemon's email or Instagram. Just tell him what you know. And thanks to Pokemon, Shiny Verb, and Kyra. I'm using their thumbnails, but I put their videos down below in the description if you want to know, like, a lot more, because I feel like I went briefly, not really too much into it. Kyra or Kira, I forgot what she said her name is. I seriously don't remember. It was like a week ago that she said. But Strawberries, I think that's her, like, name. She goes, like, really in depth, really into this, and I'm just going, like, on the surface level. Anyways, guys, just, I'm not gonna ask you to do anything. Just help Pokemon get his money back. Bring this guy to justice, because it's not fair what he's doing. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.